Dear students, welcome back now to 18th session of human resource management. Now I am going to discuss on the topic that is on steps in, or you may call it as a process of human resource planning. Before I am going to discuss the point wise, what are the mm, factors involved in the process of human resource planning? Let me introduce that how uh, steps in by the human resource planning and how the process will goes on uh, in the management by having a good human resource planning. Human resource planning is a management activity aimed at acquisition, utilization, improvement, and preservation of human resources of the organization. It ensures that the organization has a right number and the right type of the people to deliver a particular level of output in the future. Human resource planning is a forward looking multi steps process. It involves the various factors, such as I mentioned, as follows. Number one, deciding the goals and objectives. Dear students, already we discussed about many objectives which will comes under human resource planning. But here, when we are going to make the process of human resource planning, it is a deciding factor that the goals and the objectives should be clear from the point of view of an organization. Based on the corporate objectives, estimates on the demand and supply of human resources can be made by the human resource department. Human resource planning is carried out for verifying time periods, that is short term plans, which is up to for only 2 years, and long term plans where it will be extended for a period of 5 years and even more. So, for example, planning are going to be done by human resource management under the leadership of human resource manager. There is a two types of plans are carried out. One is short term plans and another one is long term plans. Short term plans is only stickered to 2 years, and then long term plans are extended up to 5 years and also furthermore. It depends on the situation, and also it depends on the circumstances of the organization. So here the human resource planning is well calculated to develop each department of human resource department. That is what I mentioned here. The objectives and then goals should be deciding in the human resource planning. Second one is estimating future organizational structure and human resource requirements. External and internal factors such as government policy, competition, business forecast, expansion of business, management policy on recruitment, terms and conditions of employment, etc., to be considered while estimating the organizational structure and human resource requirements. Where there is a little bit of, as actually in the previous session we also discussed about how internal factors and then external factors will affect to human resource planning. Keeping in mind of that internal and then external factors, the other issues are, it may be the comes in the way of the policies made by the government should always be considered, because the policy driven according to the circumstances. With that policy, there is a competition, there is a business forecast, there are to be expansion of the business, not necessarily to have a contraction in the business, but keeping in the mind of growth and development of an organization, it should be expand of business. Management policy and recruitment should always keep in the mind while the future organizational structure and human resource requirements as well. But when we are going to discuss the third process in human resource planning, that is inventory of present human resources, which is a very good factor under human resource planning process, which will represent the two items. As I mentioned, there one is internal supply of manpower and second one is external manpower supply. Let us see that how these two factors will be carried out by human resource management by having human resource planning. The objective is to find out the size and quality of people within an organization. Every organization has two major sources of supply of manpower, as I said earlier. A, internal supply of manpower that represent many organizations maintain skills inventory of employees, which contain details such as age, gender, education, experience, knowledge, skills, job level, past performance and potential of existing employees. Such information can be easily retrieved from computerized HRIS system, that we know that nowadays if we are going to get any payrolls, we have to follow human resource management system. Here also there is a skills inventory as to be considered by employee, having the detail of the employee age and then employee gender, age, education and then experience and then forecast, other supply of manpower, skill, job level are to be considered in internal supply of manpower. When we are going to talk about the external manpower supply, when the organization grows rapidly or when it is not able to find people internally to fill up vacancies, it has to look into outside resources for supply of manpower. If the human resource planning is confined to what actually they need recruitment and then selection within the given period of time, if it is not available and then vacancies are not filled up by human resource manager, then it is obviously they will look into outside source of supply of manpower externally. Moving on to the fourth one, how the human resource planning process will be happen. Fourth one is determining manpower gaps. Existing number of employees and their skills can be compared with the forecasted manpower needs to determine gaps in the workforce. Demand and supply forecast will be give us the number of people to be added or it may be separated, and this forms the basis for human resource action plans. I want to give many examples here. Let me quote two examples. There can be two situations may appear in determining the manpower gaps. A, supply of human resource more than the demand of the organization. B, supply of human resources is less than the demand of the organization. These two scenarios can be identified in every human resource planning where there is a determining of manpower gaps may appear. When the supply is more, we can conduct strict selection methods to weed out the inefficient candidates. When the supply is less, we can try to develop our own employees by giving them training or encourage them with incentives to shoulder high responsibilities. Similarly, matching of present employees with their present jobs may be required while preparing short-term human resource plans. As I said in the earlier, human resource planning will be of two ways. One is for 2 years and another is for 5 years and more. We will consider as a short-term and then long-term respectively. We cannot expect a perfect match between jobs and individuals. If the employee is less qualified than the present requirements, the following steps can be taken, that is, provide training, transfer, provide some assistance to the employee and separation of the incumbent if required. When the employee is more qualified than the job requirement, adjustment such as job enlargement, additional charge, special assignments and promotion can be made of. Determining the manpower gaps, as I said, in the two ways given in the two situations. One is supply of human resources more than the demand of the organization. The second one is supply of human resources is less than the demand of the organization. So ultimately the demand of an organization should always consider seriously. If these two factors should be considered, then there is a the manpower gaps won't appear. It will determine. Matching of present employees with their present jobs, it is a tough ask, particularly in present scenario. And then that type of planning we will consider under short-term planning. So this is the fourth determining manpower gaps, as I mentioned, with giving of many examples. Moving on to the fifth process of human resource planning, that is formulating of human resource plan. How formulation of human resource plans are going to be structured. Once the human resource requirement is identified, as I said earlier, human resource has to prepare a detailed plan of recruitment, training, redundancy, retention, redeployment, etc. are to be keeping in mind, because human resource plans are not easy one, as already said. While we are going to formulate it, the same thing we have to implement in human resource management also, because implementation is not only a important task, but at the same time formulation of human resource plans are very much important. And then there is a parallel administration, parallel governance also established, one for formulation of plans and another for implementation of plans. This is how the process of human resource planning are to be considered while formulating the human resource plans. And the last one is evaluating effectiveness of human resource planning. While we are going to evaluate the effectiveness of the human resource planning, it needs time. If short-term plan is framed for 2 years, if long-term plan framed for 5 years and more than that, then the analysis of those plans is not in a over a night. It needs times. And then the effectiveness of human resource planning should be evaluated by practically. The entire human resource plan has to be closely monitored to remove any deficiency by the employee, progress of the implementation has to be compared with the original human resource plan, and appropriate action has to be taken to ensure that right number and the right type of the people, whether they selected or whether they recruited, with given or with available as per the plan. The plans are that we already know: one is short-term plan of manpower and then long-term plan of manpower, particularly while formulating the human resource plans. While we formulating of human resource plan, then we have to evaluate it whether there is a what do you call limitations of plannings are there. If limitations of planning are not there, then directly it may install or implement these plans in your real field work. So these are all the six steps in, or you may call it as a process of human resource planning. Steps in is a new vocabulary of the process. That is what I quoted there, with having many resources that I followed many references to my study. So these six process are to be considered seriously while doing the human resource planning. Number one is deciding the goals and then objectives. Number two is estimating future organizational structure and human resource requirements. Number three is inventory of present human resources. Under inventory of present human resources, the two factors are to be appear: A, internal supply of manpower; B, external manpower supply. And then fourth one is determining the manpower gaps. Fifth one is formulating human resource plans. And the last one is evaluating effectiveness of the human resource planning, are the main process of human resource planning. With this, I will stop here, and then last slide shows the references that where I followed to collect all these materials. I followed these references. As I said, Ashwatthappa, Edwin B. Flippo, Gary Dressler, and then Bijuvarki, George Bolander, and Scott Snell, Memoria CB, and then Gaonkar SV, and then last one is Professor Subbarao, who wrote wonderful books during 2014, that is Essential of Human Resource Management and Industrial Relations, which was published by Himalaya Publication House, Girgaon, Mumbai. So we'll stop the session 18th, which is all about the process of human resource planning. Okay, I will stop here. I will come up with a new session in a new topic. Thank you very much.